straight people of Reddit, what do you want to ask LGBT people, but wouldn't in real life? Say you're at a bar trying to pick someone up for a date. How do you tell if that person is gay? I've certainly never been offended when someone of my gender hits on me, but statistically, the numbers are working against a gay person to find another gay person, and one they are actually attracted to. On top of that, is it a lot of hit and miss? Are there signs that hint at a person being gay that you look for? Follow-up question to gay women. When flirting with a random stranger, do men or women just take it as you're being nice and friendly? Is it hard to make it clear you are actually hitting on a girl and not just being nice? Say you're at a bar trying to pick someone up for a date. How do you tell if that person is gay? That's why gay bars exist. It can be difficult to tell until the gay bars become full of straight people. Too sad face. One of my gay friends complained that her favorite bar is full of straight people now. It used to be a lesbian bar, but straight women started going there to avoid straight men. So the straight men started going there because there were all these straight women and no competition. Never mind that they were clearly going to a lesbian bar to avoid guys. Now it's full of straight people and my friend is looking for a new favorite bar. A bar one of my friends goes to just started playing gay peen every day on the TV screens when that happened. I remember a gay friend of mine complaining to me after the first Magic Mike movie came out that it ruined all his favorite trip clubs. The women started going, which meant straight dudes started going, which meant fewer male dancers. I remember him saying to me, I just want to pay $10 cover and see some dong. Is that so difficult? At weddings, do gay couples feel left out when the bride throws the bouquet? I mean, logically the lesbian couples have an unfair advantage in the bouquet catching business. I participate in both the throwing of bouquet and garter. It's not because I'm one of the girls. It's because I'm getting those itches back for having their bachelorette parties in our gay bars during the zeros. I participate in both, but I never think of it as just the I'm one of the girls. I do, sort of. I think of it as I'm one of the girls and I'm one of the guys. One of the best things about being a gay man in my opinion is that I often feel as thought I'm in both worlds. It's pretty great to relate to men and women equally. I didn't feel excluded, per se, but I did consider leaping into the crowd for a second there. Geez, you could have taken my place. At a couple weddings I have been to, they practically had to forcibly round up the single girls for the bouquet toss. I tried hiding in a corner before I got grabbed. Where did these stupid wedding games come from? And why do people keep doing them? This is for the people who came out pretty late, for example 30 plus. Who was it hardest to break it to? Your family or friends? For me, family. But I don't know if it would have been any easier if I would have done it earlier. My family is super religious, hence my delayed coming out. Even to myself. Everyone. My family still doesn't know, but when I initially told my first group of friends, half of them stopped talking to me. It's sad and crazy to witness the moment you become less than human in someone else's eyes over something minor that you have absolutely no control over. Good riddance to them. If they can't accept you for who you are, then they're not the people you should want to have as friends. I hope you've found out who your true friends are. How they decide who does what, you ask. I read somewhere that a lot of straight sexual relationships don't have much communication, which is bizarre. Tell your partners what you like, people. A lot of that has to do with the age of the relationship. Just like everyone else, there is a fair amount of communication, verbal or otherwise, at the start. Then when you hit the relationship groove, it tends to end up more non-verbal. Plus a lot of people, straight or not, often communicate sexual stuff in a non-sexual setting. That is next time we do it. Can you not? Or for you maybe can you? Pancake my boobs. A conversation had while driving to work a few months ago. I do find it kinda funny how chat about Shreks evolve when you're in relationship mode. So I was thinking, maybe we should frick on the porch later? You know, since it's going to be sunny out. Oh, and remind me to get shampoo next time we're at the store. Gay male. In my experience, as soon as you start making out it becomes apparent. Is he on your lap straddling you? He wants to bottom. Is he shoving his hand down your pants and playing with your ass? He wants to stuck his hot dog in your buns. I'm a bottom who loves playing with a top's ass. I must confuse everyone. Question for trans people, and I don't want it to be offensive. I'm merely curious. Why identify as another gender if you never plan to medically, biologically transition? Most trans people do undertake some manner of biological transition. People who opt not to physically transition may have their reasons. Hormone therapy can have uncomfortable side effects. Surgeries can be risky and unsatisfactory. There are also a lot of people who live in countries without the modern benefits of socialized healthcare who can't afford either hormones or surgery, or who can't afford them in the long term. Freaking around with your hormones is a big deal, and you can't really go on and off of HRT over and over, because you can't afford it. It's really painful. A large part of gender identity is about how you think about and understand yourself as a person and about how other people treat and perceive you. If I could look like a guy and be perceived as a guy without having to get hormone shots, then I would prefer not to have to pour more medication into my body. But I'll look pretty feminine even with testosterone, so for me medical transition was an absolute must. Some people don't feel the need. This explains things really well. Thank you. I never consider the way one would be treated by others as an impacting factor, but now that I think about it, it definitely could be. Yeah, I would like for it not to matter. In an ideal world, what other people think of me and how other people see me shouldn't matter. But it does matter. When a cab driver calls me my dear or darling, because, despite my buzz cut, sideburns, square shoulders and fully broken voice, I'm still only 5'3" and have fairly feminine facial features. It hurts me. I don't want it to, but it does. It reminds me that I'm still not really where I'd like to be. I still don't look as masculine as I want to look. It's a bit like if you'd been working really hard on your diet and exercise and a colleague casually commented, "So, gave up on all that diet and gym stuff, eh?" Yeah, it's a waste of time. Am I right? They didn't mean any harm, but it makes you feel like you still look the way you always did. Like your efforts to look more like you want to look have been wasted. So yeah, people that can get by without having to go for surgery and live on shots or pills for the rest of their lives? I have immense respect for those people, because I can't do it. I'm not strong enough. But if I could, I would. I'm FTM. All my friends call me a male name and use male pronouns. However, at work I'm still my female name and female pronouns. Because my mum works at the same company. I think if I fully transitioned it would kill my mom. Kind of a fricked version of Hannah Montana. Specifically for gay guys. Is it painful? It seems painful. Real talk. It's not for everyone. You'd be surprised that a lot of gay guys forego butt stuff altogether. It can be painful and impractical. Personally, I'm not a huge fan. Because yeah, it kinda hurts if you're not prepped properly. I've had a few experiences where it is a really enjoyable sensation. Full disclosure, usually when I'm pretty drunk and subsequently very relaxed, and unlike anything else, but for me, the bad experiences outweigh the good to the point where I'd happily do other stuff instead. But some people love it. That's why we have certified topses and bottomses who don't really diverge from that role. Yeah, I have a heap of gay friends and actually about all of them never or rarely do butt stuff. It's not as big a deal as I think pop culture et al makes it out to be. Where would one find this heap of gay friends? And would it be considered polite to just jump on top of the pile, or should I say hello first? I've heard this several times now, but I have never dated anyone that wasn't into it. Maybe it's a regional thing. You're in Colorado, son. This is butt frickin' country. B guys. Who jerks best? Men or women? B gals. Who licks best? Men or women? Do you ever think of excluding the G people and becoming the BLT instead? Try adding guacamole to your BLT, it will blow your mind. Forget the LGBT things in this thread. This is the best comment so far. Holy frick, that's a good idea. Yay, holy shoot, right? Like, you folk are cool and all, but this breakthrough is the one I didn't even know I was looking for. No, More often than not it seems more like someone decided to exclude the BLT and make it into a G community. Lesbians. How awesome is it to be in a relationship with 4 boobs? Also, do you ever do, like, bumper cars with them? I am a great lover of boobs, but girlfriend is an ass lover. So, she tends to run around and bump my butt with hers. She will then shake her boobs at me. Bumper boobs happen on occasion. We've been together almost 10 years. It never gets old. Hey, it's like that anime Kijo. One of my closest friends is gay and she has incredible resentment towards my boyfriend for stealing me away from her. I am not gay and have stated this several times. She has reached an unhealthy level of obsession. While I would love to salvage this friendship, there is little I haven't done to explain that I am a straight woman. Any suggestions on how to make this more clear so that she may heal in a healthy manner? How do you know whose peanuts accepts and envelops the other peanuts? Sometimes it depends on eye color and other times it depends on whose hands are bigger. If they have the same hand size and eye color, an ethereal being comes and they each get to defend themselves, but in the end the being has the final say. The visual appearance of this ethereal being varies based on stuff like geography, weather, and culture. In most of North America, the being is just the image of a rainbow, but in most East Asian cultures it's often a dragon.